Hi, my name is Tim O'Brien. I'm a third-year PhD candidate in the history department, and I'm just representing myself tonight. I'm a member of a couple of organizations, but I'm just speaking as someone who does research. And I want to talk about a letter I got from Dr. Couture. It was dated March 3rd, 2008. Her letter stated, and I quote, "It is absolutely clear that the University of Houston is committed to fair labor practices." Close quote. So as a historian, I've learned from my professors that we have to do research, and we have to find evidence, and we have to weigh which veracity. For example, my research project I'm working on now, I'm getting a paper ready to give at a national conference, and it's about, coincidentally enough, it's about recall, and it's about overturning an amendment that some neighbors of mine got passed the United States Congress. Mickey Leland, who preceded, was two congressmen before the current one, got it passed, and then Congresswoman named Sheila Jackson Lee came into office and worked to get it repealed. So I interviewed someone yesterday, Leonard Johnson, Dr. Lee knows him, he said he knows him for 30 years, and he said, yeah, she sold us out. She got Tom DeLay to come and get this bill that only affected Houston and Dallas to get it overturned. So I had to his side, and I have to look at the congressional record and say, yeah, that's true. Tom DeLay did this thing that only affected Houston. And then I have to call Dr. Lee's wife's staff member yesterday and said, hey, you give this paper, it's at a national conference, a lot of important stories on my panel. What's her side of the story? Well, he said, I'll talk to her tomorrow, and she's not going to talk. And I asked my professor, I said, so what do I do in that case? I have all the evidence. This is the one side, and the other side doesn't want to speak. And he said, you have to just present your panel. So in this case, Dr. Couture is saying fair labor. So if you start looking at things, I found out that the starting pay custodians at this university is minimum wage. For a two-member family, that's below the poverty level. The poverty level by the United States government. That's number one. Number two, I found out that the university food service workers that are employed by Aramark on campus don't get any benefits. And if they work over 39 hours, they put them on another payroll, a different company. That way they can avoid paying overtime. And also I found out the contract with the university and Aramark doesn't have anything about living wages. You have to pay a certain amount, or you have to provide so many benefits. Unlike, the city of Houston, the starting pay is $10 an hour. Here, minimum wage. I found out that no one in my department, the history department, was allowed to apply for a faculty adjunct position. These jobs pay $5,000. The summer taught a class at Houston Community College made $1,650. So it's a really good job. No one was allowed to apply for them, and a couple of PhD candidates in my department got these jobs. There's no application process. I couldn't apply for them. I found out that a male history department faculty member came in last fall. He got a high pay. He didn't even have a PhD. He's never published a book. At the same time, a woman historian started. She published 3 books. She's getting paid less than he is. I found out that at the same time that they did that, hired a man who paid him more, and paid a woman less, who published 3 times, who's a professor for a decade or more, that there was a lawsuit against the history department of the university for a full professor, or woman professor, against the university. The same exact thing, gender inequity. I found out that the university has a $500,000 invested in Nike. Nike is known for sweatshop abuse. The most recent report was in Malaysia. It's all about, human trafficking. They go to like Vietnam and other countries and say, give us a bunch of money, you get this great job. They get there, they take their passports, and they won't let them leave. So I don't know that that's fair labor. But another thing that I found, so when Dr. Couture is saying these things, and I find this evidence, I find out that instead of fair labor, custodians, food service workers, graduate students, and professors are enjoying unfair labor practices. And my personal experience with the university is similar. This year, graduate students found out in April and May, they got letters, we applied for teaching assistants to teach undergrads, to do great. And I didn't get any reply. I put in my application, my professor gave me a really, really good recommendation. I looked at it. He said my book will be a big addition to the field. And I was like, wow, professor really thinks highly of me. That's great. Why didn't I get funded? But they wouldn't even tell me. Finally in July, I got a letter that said, you don't get funded. So I'm like, wow, no money. Second year in a row, I got a kid, I got a wife. I live in low-income housing, but we're buying a house. And then I see Fox TV news in July. They said $2.5 million the University of Houston gave back to Austin for $5,000 scholarships for students. And I'm like, wow, I didn't get any money. And I would hope that next time that
Mr. O'Brien, that's your time. Thank you.